Let's make a rich, full sound as the foundation of our killer neuro bass. We'll be using Xfer Serum for this walkthrough, demo available from www.xferrecords.com. But these techniques can also be applied to other wavetable synths such as NI's Massive. Start by setting your DAW's BPM to 174 before importing backing.wav and growl.wav from the tutorial files folder. The growl we've imported has been made to fill the gaps in the main bass line, adding variety. Add Serum on a fresh instrumental MIDI track before triggering the synth with bass.mid. The MIDI pattern we've imported has shorter notes, an octave above the main low notes. And we can use Portamento to make Serum glide between those notes instead of playing them together. Hit the mono button in the voicing tab to disable polyphony before setting the Portamento time to 250 milliseconds, giving us the gliding effect we're after. Let's choose a suitable wavetable for our bass. Go to Oscillator 1 and choose Basic MDC from the drop-down menu. This wavetable includes a number of different waveforms that can be modulated between to add movement, plus excite the processing we'll apply in a later tutorial. Disable Oscillator 1's RAND phase to make Oscillator 1's waveform re-trigger consistently. Before turning on the sub-oscillator, top left, and choosing the round rect waveform to add low weight. Modulating Oscillator 1's wavetable position will add some movement to our bass. Start by setting the Oscillator 1 wavetable position dial to 42. Before assigning LFO1 to modulate it by dragging LFO1 onto Oscillator 1's wavetable control before turning the modulation amount up to 55. You'll hear and see the oscillator's waveform changing, adding interest. Next, we'll shape the modulation by clicking LFO1's folder icon and setting the shape to gunshot. This has a more complex shape than a typical sine or sawtooth wave, giving more interesting modulation. We can make the modulation a bit slower by changing the timing to 2 bar. After this, hit LFO1's trig button to make the LFO re-trigger when a new MIDI note is pressed. Now, we'll apply modulation to the sub-oscillator's volume using LFO1 to give our whole sound a similar movement. Push the volume up to 100% before assigning LFO1 to the volume control at -40. Next, we'll use Serum's oscillator warping to add more interest to our sound. Pull down Oscillator 1's warp menu and select Mirror. This turns the oscillator's waveform into a symmetrical image of itself, adding harmonics and extra crunch. use an ADSR envelope to modulate this control by assigning envelope 2 to the warp control at +100. We can slow down the modulation by increasing env2's attack to 1.7 seconds, adding movement to our sound that will react well to further processing.
Download over 30 exclusive plugins. Get hundreds of pro-quality samples and power up your production skills with in-depth tutorials. We break it down for you step by step, and you'll see exactly how it's done in expert video guides and producer masterclass sessions with pro producers. Get all this and more with Computer Music Magazine every month on iPad and iPhone, PC and Mac, Android, and in print.